to Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. Yusuf bin Ahmed Al Uthaymin, Secretary General, Organization of Islamic Cooperation OIC, His Excellency Mr. Salah bin Ghanim Al Ali, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Culture and Sports, the State of Qatar, His Excellency Mr. Ajad Rahimab, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports of Republic of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayan, President, Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, along with other global leaders and dignitaries to be part of the celebration of youth. The Knowledge Hub. OIC Youth Capital, initiated by Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, is the yearly gathering of the youth of the Muslim world that constitutes 1/3 part of 1.5 billion Muslims of OIC region. Dhaka had been declared as OIC Youth Capital on the 25th December 2019 after a long selection procedure. It is a great opportunity for the youth of Bangladesh to celebrate the whole year through a number of events along with participations of youth from the whole Muslim world. All of you were informed that our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave her consent to inaugurate the ceremony on the 12th April 2020. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic, organized this opening ceremony in virtual platform. The true fighters, considering the present situation, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave her kind consent to inaugurate the ceremony virtual, which will start at 4 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time on 27 July 2020. The inaugural ceremony will be followed by a virtual youth summit titled Resilient Youth Leadership Summit on 27 and 28 July 2020, where global youth leaders will participate in various day-long activities to learn and craft the strategies to build a resilient world, particularly in the context of this COVID-19 pandemic. The summit has been divided into 3 sessions. 1, COVID-19 crisis, youth and technology for building a resilient future. 2, virtual tour in Cox's Bazar Rohingya camp. 3, Rohingya case in ICG, the road to accountability and justice. Ladies and gentlemen, few days back, we have opened the application template through website of ICYF and OIC Youth Capital. Up to now, over 1,200 youth participants have registered to participate in the Resilient Youth Leadership Summit from 75 countries. Among them, 400 participants are from the host country Bangladesh, and the rest are from 74 countries across the world. It is mentionable that among the participants, 316 are female. Ladies and gentlemen, celebration of the OIC Youth Capital 2020 program include the following year-long events: OIC Scout Leaders E-Meet, People for Better Planet, Bangabandhu Youth Leadership Award, Holy Quran Recitation Competition, Film Festival Lockdown by the Lens, OIC Knowledge Master Quiz Competition, Art Exhibition Creativity to Create Better World, debate competitions, topics on New Free World, Youth Boot Camp, Leadership, Entrepreneurship, Skill and Employment Camp. The dates of these events will be confirmed and informed later. The Information Explorer. All of you know that Bangladesh has made a significant economic and social progress, especially in recent years, and has eyes on some noteworthy milestones as our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has set targets in 2009 to become a middle-income country and digital Bangladesh by 2021, achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, turn into world's 24th biggest economy by 2033, and finally to be developed country by 2041 with the great leadership of our Excellency Sheikh Hasina. We have been successfully achieving our targets progressively and considering a role model country by all. We think that through this event, it is a unique opportunity for us to share our endeavors and success with all, the mirror of the society. We hope that this event will help us to achieve some of the targets of OIC and ICYF to a great extent. You are aware that the program contains various youth events and activities throughout a year, with the objective to contribute to the development of youth work, youth policies in the OIC countries create opportunity for Muslim youth for getting acquainted with each other and strengthen the solidarity among them. Generate a learning platform for the youth with different culture and regional background and the strengthening the cooperation among them. Provide a platform for the Muslim youth to introduce and promote their culture and traditions in an innovative ways. Strengthening the brotherly ties and promote the spirit of unity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express thanks to OIC and ICYF once again for selecting Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital and convey my gratitude towards the global leaders and dignitaries for their support. I would also like to express my hope and a confidence towards the youth of the world. They will certainly make this world a better place than what it is now. Finally, let me appreciate to all of you for responding our call and appearing here in this COVID-19 situation. We hope OIC Youth Capital 2020 event will be a very successful event with all of your support and cooperation. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Valuable and productive speech, and I am sure that the effective work of Dhaka OIC Youth Capital Organizing Committee with the presence of bright and creative youth will be a cornerstone for the success and excellence of Dhaka OIC Youth Capital Program. Thank you so much.
Inshallah.
Now I would like to give the floor to His Excellency Dr. Abdul Kalam Abdul Mumin, Minister of Foreign Affairs of People's Republic of Bangladesh, to deliver his speech. Excellency, the floor is yours.
Is it all right?
Is it all right? You can hear?
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to today's press briefing. It is a great honor and recognition that Bangladesh won the coveted OIC Youth Capital 2020 by providing her merit in matters related to innovation, sports, culture, and inclusive youth leadership. It marks a significant recognition for the dynamic and determined leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her government. The ICYF, Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, an OIC affiliate, made this declaration on 25th December 2019. We are trying to live up to the high benchmark created in the previous iteration. In this regard, I would like to remind you that Bangladesh, in partnership with ICYF, hosted the very first OIC Youth CFM as the youth segment of the 45th CFM of OIC in 2018. We are expected to launch this event sequence in April 2020. But the COVID-19 pushed us back. Now we have remodeled and relaunched ourselves on the web platform. Additionally, we have reasons to believe that the occurrence of the COVID-19 has only accentuated the underlying rationale for the theme of this year's edition, Resilience for Parity and Prosperity. COVID-19 has shown that the whole of the human civilization is one, and neither stockpiles of weapons or mass destruction or nuclear bombs can save human lives. This pandemic did not discriminate between rich and the poor, neither between developed and the developing countries, nor your language, ethnicity, war, color, race, or religion. Therefore, it provided us a new opportunity to work together in partnership, in collaboration, to help humanity and to end hatred and discrimination across nations and races. And youth can do it. They can take the leadership role. Ladies and gentlemen, the OIC Youth Capital of 2020 is an important program for not only the OIC, but also for Bangladesh. It coincides with the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The Bangladesh of today, which was originally conceived by Bangabandhu, believes that prosperity cannot be, and indeed ought not be, measured by the number of skyscrapers. We believe that the richer our textures of life are, the richer we are as individuals and as nations. In Bangladesh, from the blood-soaked wars and scorched earth of 1971, we have come a long way. We are lucky that Bangladesh is a land of young people, and nearly 60% of its population is between the age of 15 and 54 years, and nearly 27% are below the age of 15 years. Only 6.5% are above 67 plus. We have nearly 600,000 young men and women engaged as freelance IT professionals. Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, has given her kind consent to inaugurate OIC Youth Capital 2020 on 27 July, next week. Through this virtual arrangement, high-level dignitaries including Honorable Youth and Sports Minister of Qatar, Honorable Youth and Sports Minister of Azerbaijan, Honorable Secretary General of OIC, President of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum will grace the inauguration with their kind presence. This event will be followed by Resilient Youth Leadership Summit.
I would like to remind our esteemed media institution to rename their accounts. Excellency, we cannot hear you, unfortunately. Could you please open the microphone?
Are you okay?
Yes, now we can hear you. You
All
may
right.
proceed, Excellency. Yes.
This event will be followed by Resilient Youth Leadership Summit on 27 and 28th of July. Ministers, diplomats, dignitaries, and 250 youth representatives from OIC member states and beyond will attend that event. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 1,200 youths from 74 countries had applied for the participation in Resilient Youth Leadership Summit, from which organizing committee have shortlisted 250 participants, of which 100 are Bangladeshis and 150 are non-Bangladeshis from OIC member states and beyond. Proper gender balance has been maintained during the shortlisting, reflecting the position of Bangladesh and women empowerment. These shortlisted participants will connect with the expert panelists from home and abroad to discuss how youth can be engaged to combat COVID-19 in the first session of July 27th and the justice and accountability issue of the persecuted Rohingya population in the second session on July 28th. As a part of the Resilient Youth Leadership Summit, a virtual tour of the Rohingya camp in Cox's Bazar will be organized in collaboration with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, International Organization for Migration, and University of Cambridge for the shortlisted participants. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020 program has been promoted online and social media through a platform named Youth for Global Bangladesh, in short, Y4GBD. I repeat, Y4GBD, which is an initiative of my ministry in close association with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The Youth for Global Bangladesh is basically initiated in order to celebrate Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020 and to create a permanent platform to engage youth across the globe, to tool for engaging youth for business, ideas and innovation, research and development, as well as public diplomacy aiming at communicating influential youth leaders across the world to garner support for government strategic objectives and international platforms. In this age of fourth industrial revolution, youth will continue to play important role in effective innovation and implementation of technologies for advancement of economic, social, and human development. In the process, Youth for Global Bangladesh could be used to develop as an effective tool for engaging the ever-energetic and enthusiastic youth community in the future diplomatic outreach programs. Ladies and gentlemen, to caution against the negative impact of COVID-19 pandemic and to support our migrant workers living in OIC countries during this crisis, we have proposed to establish primarily $100 million fund titled OIC COVID-19 Response and Recovery Fund. The objective of this fund will be to undertake joint projects with the host authorities to help retaining jobs of the resident migrant workers to reskilling and upskilling to adapt to the change situation. We may also take initiative to utilize part of the proposed OIC COVID-19 Response and Recovery Fund to award and patronize the winners in the event title, Entrepreneurship, Skill and Employment Camp. We can leverage this event to generate employment for youth and the migrant workers. Ladies and gentlemen, the year-long events coincide with the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. To celebrate the Mujib Year 2020 and to enlighten the global youth about the legacy and contribution of Bangabandhu, we are going to introduce Bangabandhu Global Youth Award for the global youths for outstanding contribution in the field of innovation, environment, humanitarianism, sports, culture, arts, and entrepreneurship. This event will be a great opportunity to project the positive bending of Bangladesh, highlighting the brilliant works of the youth and share knowledge among the stakeholders. This event will surely infuse a positive energy among youth and bind us into a stronger fraternity. In conclusion, Bangladesh is a wonderful country of 165 million people and a model of economic development. And it is crisscrossed by hundreds of mighty rivers. It is a land of opportunity, a great destination for tourists to unfathom the beauty of nature. Let me hope that the COVID-19 will be over soon, and then you, the youth, the future of the world, are most welcome to visit Bangladesh. Thank you very much. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu.
Thank you so much, Excellency, for the amazing and comprehensive speech. Thank you for spreading a message of hope for young people in light of this difficult circumstances the world is going through. I would like also to thank all our distinguished speakers for the outstanding speech. Now we will proceed to the second part of today's program, the International Media Press Questions. And I would like to kindly request from the esteemed media representatives to rename their accounts by adding the name of media institution and also to raise their hands in order to give them the floor. However, I would like to start by some questions sent by our youth from OIC member states and beyond. And the first question is addressed to His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan about the OIC Youth Capital program. So, Mr. President, the question is the following. Why is the OIC Youth Capital an important program for youth empowerment?
Thank you very much, dear Melhanam. As you know, OIC Youth Capital was initiated by ICYF and also adopted by the foreign ministers of OIC. And we want to focus on the city's characteristics and the nation's characteristics and to spread the message of the city and the country, especially the youth of the city and country, to the world, firstly to the OIC member states and to the world. And it's important to mention that OIC Youth Capital program focusing on exchanging views, experiences, and cultures between the young people. And we are also focusing on organizing programs by young people, for young people, and on the ideas that we have collected from the young people. So the main theme for all the OIC Youth Capital projects are underlining and emphasizing the importance of youth, and we want to spread the energy of youth to create a synergy between the young people of our nations. And also the program enables the host country to introduce their culture and provides a platform for Muslim youth where they can meet and discuss common problems and issues. And on this regard, when we think Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital for 2020, we have so many significances, and it's maybe impossible to list them in one day, but I want to mention one or 2 points, which is also affects me from the deepest of my heart. Firstly, Bangladesh is a country hosting millions of young people, and these young people gives a great energy to Bangladesh that as the world we are viewing and seeing the Bangladesh's success in the recent years, and this young people is the motor power of Bangladesh. So we want to show this motor power of youth of Bangladesh to all the world, and we want to share this experience of Bangladesh, that using the power of youth as the development of the country with the other countries and with the youth of our Muslim. And secondly, as already we have visited Bangladesh so many times, and we have seen the harmony, the peace culture, the beauty of nature and beauty of people of Bangladesh, their hospitality and their rich culture, which have deep roots. So we want to share this experience with our youth, with the Ummah and with the world. And also we want to spread the message of peace. And also Bangladesh is a country of peace, and also showing kindness to other people. Now Bangladesh hosting more than 1 million people from Rohingya, and they're hosting them as their guests. So we want to show this face of Bangladesh to the world as well. And inshallah, on the 28th of July, we will organize a resilient youth conference with the participation of DG of United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees, and with the participation of the Gambia ex-Minister of Justice, who were advocating the rights of Rohingyan people in the International Court of Justice. And also we will, inshallah, host the Minister of Justice of Turkey, and the moderator will be His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh, Abdul Halim Bey. And inshallah, we will show what the situation about the Rohingya and the oppression of the third countries, and the hospitality of generosity of Bangladesh to the world with these programs. And also the program is an effective opportunity for us member states that they can contribute actively to the betterment of Muslim youth, as we have already witnessed this in Doha OIC Youth Capital, and inshallah we will witness it in the Dhaka Youth Capital during the 2020. And sometimes, as we already seen that in Qudus Sharif, we want to focus on the common problems of our Ummah and our youth. And we want to share this message with the whole world that we are together, for a cause, for advocating a cause as the youth of our Ummah. So I think these are the main themes and messages and principles of OIC Youth Capital program. And thank you very much for this question.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for this insights and clarification. The second question is addressed also to Your Excellency, and it's as following: how the OIC Youth Capital program can enhance the youth skills, Mr. President?
Thank you very much again for this question. We want to contribute to the development of youth work and youth policies in the OIC member states, and to provide a space for Muslim youth for getting to know each other and strengthen the solidarity among them. And also we want to raise the awareness about our common problems, causes, or common values among the young Muslim people. And also we want to create a learning environment for the youth with different cultural and geographical background, and to strengthen the cooperation among them. So we are organizing contests and courses and online and offline trainings. And also we want to provide a platform for Muslim youth to introduce and promote their cultures and traditions. And in this regard, we are organizing several trainings as the media training that's going on now. And also we are creating new media platforms like Uncovered by Youth, which shares, collects and shares the stories of Muslim youth from all around the world. And we want to promote the active citizenship of Muslim youth from various parts of the world that has different cultures and values, but in common cultural history and common values. And also we want to strengthen the brotherly ties and promote the spirit of unity and cooperation and solidarity among the young people of our Ummah. And we want to promote active youth participation through social, cultural, artistic and academic activities, and to contribute to their personal development. And we want to increase the civic engagement as well. And ICYF member institutions consist of leading national and international youth organizations from OIC member states, as well as Muslim minorities of non-Muslim countries. The objectives of ICYF is to work in every field concerned with youth Muslim or in accordance with the relevant OIC resolutions. On this regard, we are also focusing on increasing the ties and links between the young people. Therefore, the OIC Youth Capital International Program is one of the programs that provides wide array of opportunities and solutions to enhance youth skills and requires joint cooperation with all partners at stake. On the other hand, we are also focusing on youth empowerment on the economical terms. So we are organizing several investment summits, and we are giving training courses for entrepreneurship and developing their entrepreneurial skills. And we are trying to organizing platforms to meet the capital holders, investors, with the new ideas, with the startups. And inshallah, within the context of OIC Youth Capital of Dhaka 2020, we will organize such investment summits as well. And the OIC Youth Capital program was designed to carry out advocacy for youth interests while supporting sustainable development, promoting formal education. On this regard, within the context of OIC Youth Capital, we are promoting the educational materials and online courses with the starting of the OIC Youth Capital 2020 of Dhaka. And ICYF stands dedicated to serving the youth of the Ummah in implementing important initiatives as OIC Youth Capital program with the cooperation of OIC member states, based on understanding that Muslim youth should embrace the roots of rich levels of Islamic tradition, Islamic culture, Islamic heritage, while engaging with outstanding education programs to train them as successful world citizens that are optimistic, constructive, and retain responsibility toward the Ummah and humanity at large. And especially for Dhaka OIC Youth Capital, we want to introduce Dhaka, the cradle of civilizations, sheltering Islamic cultural heritage, and foreground the significance of Dhaka in terms of having a symbolic significance in intercultural and intercivilizational dialogue, and also the peace culture. Present the vision of Dhaka in international platforms through the outcomes of the activities such as youth forums, innovation, network simulation, camps, and creativity awards. And organizing Dhaka and Youth Capital for 2020 is a special honor for me and for us as ICYF at the 100th year centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation of Bangla, which is a great hero and great soul. And also, we want to reflect the soul of Dhaka through the sense of productivity, dynamism, and energy and synergy of youth. As I said, the youth is the motor power of Bangladesh's development, and we should share this example with the third countries, third nations, and emphasize the importance of tolerance, hospitality, dialogue, and sportsmanship to the tournaments which will be hosted in Dhaka, inshallah. I hope this answer will be enough. Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I think after these comprehensive responses, the youth can understand very well the reasons and objectives behind this amazing and sustained program. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
And again, I want to express my profound thanks to His Excellency, Minister of Youth and Sports, to His Excellency, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and also Her Excellency, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, for their patronage and support and confidence in youth and to ICY. Thank you.
Mr. President. The next question is addressed to His Excellency Minister of Youth and Sports of People's Republic of Bangladesh. And the question is, why do most of the program have the humanitarian dimensions? Is it related to the humanitarian experience that Bangladesh is leading, especially with the Rohingya? Excellency, the floor is yours.
Sorry. Excuse me, moderator. On the behalf of me, Secretary of the Ministry, Mr. Akhtar Hussain will answer the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your significant question. All of you know that the OIC region consists of more than 6 billion Muslim population, and out of this, 1/3 population is youth. The main reason to organize the OIC Youth Capital International Program is to provide a year-long stage to foster cooperation among the member states in the field of youth policy, as well as enhancing Muslim youth solidarity, fostering intercultural diversity, and the spirit of unity of youth from the OIC region through different kinds of activities. We hope that Bangladesh will be benefited a great extent by hosting this big event, especially youth of this country as well as the youth of OIC member countries could be benefited highly by sharing their knowledge, endeavors, and success through this event. You know that Bangladesh has made a significant economic and social progress under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. We set targets in 2009 to become a middle-income country and digital Bangladesh by 2021, achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, turn into world's 24th biggest economy by 2033, and finally to be a developed country by 2041. We have been successfully achieving our targets progressively and considering a role model country by all. We think that though this event, it is a unique opportunity for us to share our endeavors and success stories with all. And for this reason, I think this Dhaka OIC Youth Capital is very important for Bangladesh and for member states of OIC countries. Thank you very much.
Very much, Excellency. The fourth question is addressed to His Excellency Minister of Youth and Sports of People's Republic of Bangladesh. The question is, the OIC Youth Capital Program is implemented concurrently with the Bangabandhu Birth Centenary. How these two events are connected and symbolized?
Excuse me, moderator. This question also on the behalf of me, Secretary of the Ministry, Mr. Akhtar Hussain, will answer the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, our great leader, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is the father of the nation, under his dynamic leadership, Bangladesh got its independence in 1971. And he had a significant, very significant and important role to free our country from oppression, and he was the first president of Bangladesh, and he has very important role in this country. So he is declared as Bangabandhu, the friend of Bangladesh, and his birth centenary is it was on 17th March of this year, 2020, and Bangladesh was very eagerly waiting to celebrate this birth centenary, but due to COVID-19, we have stopped our all programs, and at the same time, ICOF has selected Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital by their selection process, and ICOF personnel, they visited Bangladesh several times, and by that they chose this Dhaka as for Youth Capital in this year. And so I think the Youth Capital in this year, we have about 10 programs, like the celebration of OIC Youth Capital in this year. We have programs scheduled like OIC Scout Leaders Summit, People for Better Planet, Bangabandhu Youth Leadership Award, Holy Quran Recitation Competition, Film Festival, Lockdown by the Lens, OIC Knowledge Master Quiz Competition, Art Exhibition, Creativity to Create Better World, Debate Competition, Topics on New Free World, Youth Bootcamp Leadership, and Entrepreneurship Skill and Employment Camp, etc. And these important issues to be discussed in this Youth Capital program. And besides, because it is the 100 years birth centenary, we have many other cultural, sports, social, and many programs we are observing this year. So this is very important for us, the two programs simultaneously we are observing. Thank you very much.
Can I add something?
Thank you very much, sir. Sorry?
Can I add something? All right.
Sir.
Okay. Can I add something? If you allow?
Yes.
Okay. You see, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was a visionary. And he fought for the rights of the people. And he loved his people. So we want young people to be visionary. We want young people to fight for the rights of the people. And that last one, he loved his people. Once he was asked by a journalist, what is your strength, greatest strength? And he said, I love my people. Then he asked, what is your greatest weakness? He said, I love my people. We want young people of the planet Earth to love each other and create a beautiful, sustainable world of peace and stability. Thank you.
Excellency, for this peaceful message. And the last question from our youth is addressed also to His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs of People's Republic of Bangladesh. And the question is, how youth diplomacy contributes to strengthening the relation between the OIC member states and Bangladesh?
You see, it's very much related. because the future, whatever we are doing currently, we are doing for our future generation. And we think we should involve the youth, because many of the issues in the OIC countries, which are also global issues, for example, climate change, because of abuse and erratic use of the resources, we have got problems of climate change. And our future generation will suffer. So this is an area where our youth can work together with their seniors for a better world. And we must involve youth in it, because we have to leave this beautiful earth, this beautiful planet for them in a better, more sustainable way. So I need the second thing is, right now, currently, you see, there has been a spread of venom, hatred, and ignorance across many nations. As a result, there has been violence, war, and terrors in many, many parts of the world, more so in many of the OIC countries. This happens because there is a systematic way of inculcating a mindset of hatred and ignorance towards other people. Youth should come forward. They should come forward to create a world of humanity, create a mindset of tolerance, a mindset of respect, irrespective of religion, ethnicity, color, or background. Because we don't want any more people to be uprooted from their homes. People are being uprooted from their homes because of this hatred leading to violence. So we want our youth generation to come forward and love each other, respect each other, irrespective of geographical barriers, irrespective of religious or cultural barriers or ethnicity barriers, and they can play a good role in building a peaceful world, a sustainable world of peace and stability. So I think youth should take leadership role. In the OIC Youth Capital, we will try to encourage our youth to come forward and participate in the issues that will matter most to them. For example, you see, if we create a world which is always fighting and always deprive people, it will not be a good world. We want a pro-people, pro-planet, more peaceful, more sustainable world for all, where no one is left behind. We want our youth to come forward and bring everybody in the platform, rich and poor. You see, those who are deprived, this youth can do it because they have fresh mind. So we have a lot of hope on our youth, and therefore we like to involve them in the diplomatic arena, because the world is in a way divided in many political arenas, but youth have fresh mind, they have high ambition, they are visionary. So let us hope that they can come forward, and we would like to provide a forum to the OIC, youth, so that they take leadership of the world. Thank you.
Much, Excellency, for these fruitful answers. Now I would like to open the floor for the esteemed media representatives who are present with us virtually. And I would like to remind them that His Excellency Mr. Akhtar Hussain, Secretary Ministry of Youth and Sports of People Republic of Bangladesh, will also contribute to this discussion. So I would like to start by ATN Bangla Media Institution. ATN Bangla, the floor is yours. ATN Bangla Institution, can you hear me? Okay, I will proceed to Bangla Vision N85 Institution. Can you hear me? Okay, the third is DBC News. DBC News Institution. By the way, the esteemed media institutions, could you please raise your hand because I cannot see any one of you? ATM Bangla. Okay, until we will have our esteemed media institution, I would like to ask his of Youth and Sports of People Republic of Bangladesh if he can introduce for us the Youth Resilience Summit. What is the importance of this event, Excellency?
Summit. Thank you very much for important question. The OIC Youth Capital program, it is for the youth. And you know, Bangladesh, Bangladesh has the population of about 17 crore, and 1/3 of population is youth. It is about more than 5 crore. And the development of Bangladesh last 10 years in this regime, the government of under Honorable Sheikh Hasina, the youths have a tremendous development, and the Ministry of Youth and Sport is giving skill development training for the youth by 70 youth training center, through 17 youth training center, and about 0.35 million unemployed, unskilled youth get training, and they involve in the employment or self-employment. And the Ministry of Youth and Sports, earlier we provided only the agro-based, vocational, and need-based training, but nowadays the Ministry of Youth and Sports is emphasizing to give the virtual training. We are establishing a virtual training center for the youths for outsourcing. And due to COVID situation, we are thinking to provide training through online platform, and this is new normal. And by this, the situation with the COVID situation, the Ministry of Youth and Sports and all over the world, everything is being changed. And I think because of this COVID situation, the resilience, this program is very important for the youth, and all these things should be discussed in this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next question will be from Tanzim Anwar from BSS. Tanzim, the floor is yours. Tanzim, can you hear me?
Do you hear me?
Could you please open your microphone? I cannot hear you.
Do you hear me right now? I just opened my microphone.
But your voice is not clear, sir. Can you hear me now?
I do hear you. Do you hear me?
Yes, please proceed. I can hear you very well.
All right. It's Tanzim Anwar. I'm diplomatic correspondent from Bangladesh Sangha Sanstha. This is our national news agency.
What?
I would like to ask a question to our honorable the foreign minister. Sir, is the Tanzim. So I would like to know that there will be a virtual tour to the Rohingya camps. Participant with all the youths, especially the 150 foreign youth leaders from OIC member states and beyond. We think that on the accountability and justice issue, it will be a very good move to make youth opinion on the Rohingyas issues. My query is, sir, what's your planning, or what's Bangladesh planning that after the tour, how you are planning to involve these youth participants, even after the summit, how they could contribute on the justice and accountability issues, particularly on Rohingya situation. Thank you, sir.
Sorry. The Youth Resilient this leadership camp that we have, and we picked up two very important issues. One is justice and accountability, and the other will take them to a tour, virtual tour, of the plight of the Rohingya. Now let me tell you that there has been so much of persecution all across the globe. And unless we understand the issue of justice and accountability, you see, people will always tend to ignore them. So in that the resilient workshop, there will be experts and there will be youth people. They will interact among themselves about the issues of justice, why justice and accountability is important. Important not only for some individual, for the whole world, so that we can lead to a peaceful and sustainable world of peace and stability. So there they will get the theoretical understanding about the issues of accountability and justice. And then we'll take them for a virtual tour to see the plight of Rohingya. How these people have been you see this 1.1 million Rohingya. They are the residents of Myanmar. And they have been persecuted for no fault of them. Only because, either because of their faith or because of their ethnicity, they have been persecuted. And because there has been a campaign of hatred and ignorance. These people are being considered not as human beings. So if they take the young people, take a tour, then they can realize they are also the creation of God. They are human beings. We consider them as human beings. Once they see them, through a virtual tour, they will relate the issues of accountability. They will relate to the issues of justice. And I think it is important because youngs are going to lead the world. And if they want to lead the world, they must have a very strong, understanding of accountability, understanding of justice. And unless those are being adhered to, maintained, or upheld, the consequence could be like Rohingya. These people are stateless now. They have been living in Myanmar for centuries. Many of the Rohingya leaders, they were members of the Burmese cabinet. Many of them members of parliament. But now they have been defranchised. It's because of their color and ethnicity and faith. So, as a result, we think this is a very important issue for building up youth of the future so that they can understand these issues and lead the world, for a peaceful world, for a world where we can have, peace and stability. Because we also know if there is no peace and stability, no country can prosper. And therefore, I think this workshop and this topic are very relevant, and these two goes together. One is the theoretical understanding, followed by a virtual tour of the Rohingya camps. Thank you. Am I correct? Are you okay with me? Mr. T. Banwar.
Thanks for your comments, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's very important to always emphasize on the culture of peace, especially for our youth. Now, I would like to take some questions from the chat box, and this question is addressed to His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, President of ICYF. The question is, how many member countries will be attending and where will be next conference? And the question, as I said, to the President, and it's from Zakir Robind, NSBD institution. Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, dear Emel Hanım, and thank you very much, dear Zakir Bey, for this important question. First of all, we, as our esteemed ministers has mentioned, we are organizing programs and projects within the context of the OIC Youth Capital Dhaka 2020 with open calls. And up to now, just for the Resilient Youth Summit, just for that, we have received more than thousands of applications from more than 75 different countries. And in the 75 different countries, we have received the applications from all the member states of the OIC, namely the 56 member states of the OIC. And the selection committee that already been explained by His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh, Mr. Abdul Kalim Bey. The selection committee is composed of very distinguished universities, international organizations, and also the members from the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Youth and Sports, and also from ICYF team, has selected the participants among this huge application pool. So I can clearly say that we will organize these projects and programs with the participation from all the member states of 56 countries, plus also we will see other brothers and sisters from non-member countries. So we are guessing that until the end of the OIC Youth Capital 2020, all the projects will receive participants, not the applications, because we just as an example for the variety of our application pool from the countries based. For the 2019 projects, as ICYF, we have received applications from 130 different countries. So we are guessing, we are hoping that until the end of 2020 Dhaka OIC Youth Capital programs, we will receive applications from more than 100 countries, and we will receive applications from all the member states of OIC. So inshallah, we will have a chance to spread the message of peace, solidarity, cooperation of Bangladesh to all the world and to all the young people of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. And as you mentioned, ICYF successfully not only reached a high number of participants, but also a quality of participant profile. Thank you so much. Next question is for His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the question is saying, you have mentioned involving youth in building a peaceful and sustainable world. I would like to know how youth can be involved globally to raise voice for Rohingya without keeping Rohingya crisis unresolved. Peace cannot be established in this region. And the question is from AKM Mohyiddin, United News of Bangladesh. Excellency, the floor is yours.
If I understand your question, you said that, how can we have a sustainable world of peace and stability? Is it the question? Hello? Oh, sorry. We have to learn the new world, huh? Am I okay? Hello? Do you listen? Can you hear me?
I hear you very well.
The question was how to have a world of a sustainable world of peace and stability. Is it the question? And how Rohingya can play? I thought. Hello? I cannot hear. No. Hello? নামটা কি? Ms. Moderator, can you repeat your question because we cannot hear it?
Me now? Yes, okay. You have mentioned involving youth in building a peaceful and sustainable world. I would like to know how youth can be involved globally to raise voice for Rohingya without keeping Rohingya crisis unresolved. Peace cannot be established in this region. This is the question. But I cannot hear you, sir. Could you please open your microphone?
Okay, I did. Is okay? Yeah. You see, this is a very good question. I thank the questioner. how I can involve the youth in this, to create a world, sustainable world of peace and stability, and how the youth can be involved in Rohingya issues. This is a good question. Now, Rohingya issue is one where I said, currently we see how people are being persecuted, and that's why they have been uprooted from their homes and now living like refugees. They are in a desperate state. Now, if our young people will be the leaders of the future, in future they will lead the world. They will lead the OIC countries. Now, if they understand the plight of people because of injustice, because of persecution, because of hatred, then they are going to create a much better world. Now, the young people, nowadays we live in a world of social, the social, in the world of computer and social, what they call it, that we connect with each other, social media. So young people, we have created a platform also, the Global Youth for, the Bangladesh. These young people can share their views and opinions once they understand the issue, and in the process they will create public opinion across the globe. And when they will create public opinion across the globe, then there is no tyrant who can sustain. The strength and the wave of the public opinion across all the countries, they'll come forward and crush the tyranny and create a more sustainable world of peace and stability. So I have hope that young people, they're very smart in handling the computer and the social media. So they can be involved. They don't have to be in Myanmar. They don't have to be in the Rohingya camps. But by sharing the persecution, their plight, they can create public opinion in their own countries, in OIC countries. And all will come forward to end this crisis, to resolve it through amicable, disposition. So my feeling is we must involve youth in this, in our campaign for a better, sustainable world of peace and stability. And they are the one who can achieve it. Because as I again said, they have a fresh mind, and they have the, the energy, and they have the enthusiasm. So no wonder they can achieve great goals. Look at many of the greatest achievements of the planet Earth were done by the young people. Currently, after the COVID-19, we see that old traditions are waning out. In those cases, they can come with fresh minds and help creating a better world. And that's what we're looking for towards the future. And that's why you are trying to involve youth in our everyday life. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Next question will be from Mr. Zakir Rubin from NSBD. Mr. Zakir, the floor is yours. Mr. Zakir, can you hear me? Please open your microphone.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please proceed, sir.
Okay. My question is to our Honorable Minister. When will be the next conference, and how many member states, how many countries members will be attending this conference? And what will be our main motto, to the main news to the youth for the future, to have, tackle this situation, this pandemic situation right now, coronavirus, and what will be the next steps towards them? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. This question is addressed to whom exactly?
To our minister, our foreign minister.
Okay.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
All right. Thank you. Now, you see, when the next conference should be, that would be decided in a meeting of the OIC countries. And we don't know yet, because these are always, decided in a gathering of the OIC ministers. And after we finish this year's conference, then we'll sit together. As for example, last year, in 2019, last December, the OIC ministers, get together, and many countries opted to take the leadership role and create the OIC Youth Capital. And then, of course, the OIC, the committee finally decided. So next one, we don't know. This year, as I understand, the 75 total was our 56 countries plus. Yes. Those are the others. And there were 75 applicants. And out of that, they have picked up Bangladesh because Bangladesh has so many merits. It has become a role model. It is the land of young people. I told you that young people, number of youth is the highest, very high in Bangladesh. Almost from 25 to 54 years of age is 60% of the population. And young people below 25 is around 50% of the population. So this is a country of young people. And therefore, the country is doing very well. And our leadership is keen to host it. And therefore, we are lucky that they gave this. Next one, somebody will come forward, and then we will decide whom to give this, this particular privilege. And ICYF, they will also finally consider whom to give this particular, the privilege and opportunity to host the OIC Youth Capital. Thank you. Am I clear? All right?
Yes, sir. It was very clear. Thank you so much, Excellency. I think we finalized the second part of our program. I would like to thank the honorable guests and the media representatives for the productive and fruitful discussion. And before concluding, I would like to thank our honorable guests, His Excellency Dr. Abdul Kalam Abdul Momen, Minister of Foreign Affairs of People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. Zahid Ahsan Rusal, State Minister for Youth and Sports, People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. Akhtar Hussain, Secretary Ministry of Youth and Sports of People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, President of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum ICYF, for their outstanding speeches and for enlightening us on one of the most important programs, Dhaka OIC Youth Capital. And I would like to thank all the international media institutions for joining us and for the brilliant questions and fruitful discussion. I would like to thank all the respected implementing institutions and agencies of the People's Republic of Bangladesh for their continuous support, mainly the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And to conclude, let me again invite youth from OIC member states and beyond to join the inaugural ceremony of Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020, which will be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikha Hasina, on 27 July 2020. This inaugural ceremony will be followed by a Resilient Youth Leadership Summit as the first ever activity under the framework of Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020 international program, and it will be on 27-28 of July 2020. Resilient Youth Leadership Summit aims to bring together the individuals with promise for a better today and for brighter tomorrow. Please don't miss this unique opportunity. Thank you so much for joining us. My best wishes for all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.